Sunday evening, I was just at home. Obviously, it came out of the blue. It wasn't a call as I was expecting, but things moved very fast and came in Monday morning and started to work.
So can you give us any more information as to maybe who told you and what your immediate reaction was, and how, if you had to think about it for very long?
James Bisgrove and Craig Robertson I received a phone call from, so obviously it was a bit of a whirlwind after that there, so went off the phone and obviously had a few conversations, and but my decision was made very quickly. I was honoured the fact that the board had that conversation and my name came up and they put their trust in me to try and do this job, and I'm going to give it my all to try and be successful.
Will we see a different approach from you and Alex as part of the management team compared to the previous manager, do you think, on the pitch?
Yeah, listen, I think for us we just want to give the boys the freedom to go out and play to their strengths really, and of course it's not a position we want to be in at this minute in time, but I think if you take the Europa League on its own, we were a very positive result against Betis. It's about us trying to continue that there, and if we get a result out here then it'll put us in a really strong position. So there'll be minor little tweaks, but the fortunate thing is that I've been around a lot of the players, played with a lot of them, so I know the strengths that they all bring to the team, and I just want to try and give them the platform to go and showcase what they can do.
Just a final one from me, if I can. I think the club have hinted that they're going to take their time to try and the search for a new manager. That will obviously give you time to impress. Is it a job that you want full time?
Listen, there's not been any conversations in terms of time frame or anything. Obviously happened very quickly. I was asked to come in and take the game tomorrow night first and foremost, and how things play out after that I'm not really too sure. Regarding my feelings around it, I've obviously got ambitions. I didn't expect it to quite happen quite so soon, but I'm just determined really to make the most of the opportunity that I've been given, and as I say, we'll see what develops from there.
You've obviously been in that dressing room for a long time. You've known the guys as teammates. What's the reaction, the reception you've got from them now walking in and being the manager, and how does that relationship have to change? I mean, I see you've already had to change out the training gear. You've got the coaches' training gear on. How is that relationship going to have to change over the next few weeks?
To be honest, I don't see there being any issues there. As I say, I've got a lot of respect for everybody in that dressing room, and I think that's reciprocated. And I think ultimately we all want the same thing. We all want to be successful and win games of football on a consistent basis, and that's all our focus is really on.
Had you gone, Stephen, to Rome for the Ryder Cup for a couple of days? I'm quite sure it was a bit of R&R. You couldn't have envisaged for a second when you're over there that...
Yeah, a couple of different extremes, isn't it? Like, so yeah, they managed to get out there for a day.
In terms of the immediate focus, Stephen, it's how do you go about rebuilding confidence in 3 or 4 days? Because clearly, after the game on Saturday, that you know, that's a task you're going to have to undertake.
Yeah, listen, I think there's a lot of character within the dressing room. We've got a lot of leaders within there as well, and everybody knows it's time to step up. The great thing about football is you get another opportunity to turn things around. As I said, it's not a position we want to be in. Everybody's hurting from it. And the main focus is first and foremost getting a result tomorrow night and then building that again from there. And as I said, the positive thing about it is the fact that we've won the opening group game. We're in a strong position and we want to try and build on that.
Stephen's obviously quite a lengthy injury list the club's been dealing with for the last few weeks. We've seen a couple of the boys have travelled. Can you just give us a run through who's fit and who's not?
Yeah, so Nico's travelled and also Kamar Roof. Unfortunately Jacko didn't make it, but those two will be available to play a part in the game, providing obviously everything goes well in the session tonight.
Stephen, have you spoken to Michael Beale over the last couple of days, or has he sent you a message, or has been any conversations there?
Yeah, I spoke to him on Sunday night. Well, obviously in the conversation will remain relatively private, but for me I wanted to thank him personally because he's the way he's dealt with me with my injury and the sort of tough time I'm going through in terms of that there over the last 9 months. Him and his staff were excellent in terms of all the support they gave me, so it was a case of that, and obviously it wasn't a position that I wanted to see, but yeah, it was just a brief conversation and he wished me all the best.
What are you expecting from the opposition tomorrow?
Yeah, echo what James says. Also, they're obviously an athletic side. They like to get runners in behind and play forward quickly. So we're going to have to get the balance right in terms of how we approach the game.
Basically, the question is, he has noticed that you are very liked by everyone in this room and from the fans of of Rangers.
I might not stay together.
And basically, he's wondering if it's dangerous for your career if, by taking on this role, if the bad results continue as they are. How and the second scale of the question was, did you have time to evaluate and review the way Aris is playing currently, considering that you just got the job offer, let's say, on Sunday night and you started working on Monday? Yeah, sorry.
Started so positively, didn't it?
We can add it up.
Yeah, regarding obviously my thoughts on the position, I just thought it was too good an opportunity for me to turn down, and obviously I have a great affinity with the club, and whenever I got offered the chance to lead the team for 1 game, 2 games, whatever it may be, I wanted to try and help out in any way I could in terms of with myself and the staff that are here already and the players, so we're all together and trying to get the results that we want and get back to where we want to be. Regarding the prep for the game, obviously it's been a really intense couple of days, trying to get as much footage and see as many things that we can pick up from how they play. Although looking at their games, they've changed systems 3 times in the last 5 games, but a lot of their principles remain the same, so hopefully we've done a good job in terms of that and the boys are well prepared in terms of going out for the game tomorrow night.
There was another scale of the question. Will the weather affect you in any way tomorrow compared to what you are used to back in Scotland?
I don't think so. I think being out there tonight before coming in for the press conference, it doesn't feel as warm as what I probably expected it to be, and all of our players have played in hot conditions before, so I don't see that being a problem.
Stephen, first of all, how is your injury rehab going?
I was continuing rehab obviously up until the last few days. Hasn't been plain sailing, but I'm starting to feel he's getting back to a better place, and the knee in general feels good, which is the most important thing.
You said this opportunity came, a lot earlier than you would have expected. Have you maybe reached out to any former coaches or managers for a bit of advice? Because I imagine it will be quite different being in a dugout tomorrow, something you're not used to.
Yeah, I think we've got the experience. Obviously, Alex Ray and beside me, Colin Stewart, Stephen Smith and Brian from the academy. So I've had a lot of messages from different managers that I've worked under. Unfortunately, I haven't really had a chance to respond because it has been quite intense in terms of trying to prepare for the game. But obviously I'm very appreciative of the support they've been given, but I haven't had a chance to reach out to anybody or felt the need to just yet.